President Rock?
Jesus.
Sam, I gotta get these people out of here.
Fall back!
Are you crazy? He'll kill you.
Fight this, Ross! You used to... Get me! No dying. Return. Techigaida. Jackal's headed toward President. Do not send more fighters.
Sir, we have 6 Japanese men.
Take the one on the right.
Our pilots have gone rogue.
Hide in, you assassins, behind it,
Sir.
If those pilots...
Now why don't you just let I need a moment.
Joaquin, whiskey's coming at you.
Altitude.
Japanese fighters coming up on your
Behind us.
all the ugliness.
Roger that. I'll keep...
What have you done? Poison me. Stop taking. Stop fighting.
Sam, Jackal. I'm going after him.
Give in. Come on, Ross. You're almost there. Kill Captain America.
Oh, shit.
Altitude.
Unleash your hatred.
Mr. President, neutralize the rogue pilot.
On the line. We can...
Where's Joaquin?
And how history judged him to fairly behind.
Sit down.
Mr. President.
Stop. And it'll be worse than that. Hey, take it easy.
Hey guys, today we are diving deep into the brave new world of Captain America, specifically the 2025 epic that finally saw Sam Wilson truly own that star-spangled mantle. This isn't just about punching bad guys, it's about carrying a legacy, facing impossible odds, and, looking good while doing it. We'll follow Sam's journey as he navigates a world that's perhaps a little too eager for a new symbol, and a new threat that's a little too eager to dismantle everything. This is a passion project for me, and a like or a subscribe is the best way to show your support. So if you're on board, join the crew. If not, thanks for watching anyway. Our story kicks off with President Thaddeus Ross, now in the Oval Office, grappling with a series of unsettling global incidents. The whispers of a new, biologically engineered threat echo through the halls of power, causing a collective shudder. Ross, ever the stoic military man, tries to maintain composure, but you can practically hear the subtle clatter of his teeth grinding as he fields questions from nervous world leaders. The screen shows reports of strange, localized power outages, unexpected crop failures, and even bizarre, temporary mutations in small, isolated communities. It's a chaotic symphony of fear, and someone needs to conduct it. Or, rather, stop it, and who better than the guy who literally carries a vibranium? Frisbee? The world is clearly in a bit of a pickle, and it's getting the distinct aroma of supervillain plot brewing. Sam, meanwhile, is doing his best to juggle neighborhood disputes with, trying to find a decent coffee shop in Washington, D.C. He's still finding his footing as the new Captain America, a role that comes with an almost ridiculously heavy invisible backpack full of expectations. The shield feels lighter, sure, but the weight of Steve Rogers' shadow, that's a whole other story. He's trying to be his own Cap, not just a carbon copy, and it's a tightrope walk. The public scrutiny feels like a constant hum in his ear, a low-frequency drone that's harder to block out than a sonic blast. This isn't just about punching. It's about leading, inspiring, and sometimes just trying to figure out which fork to use at a state dinner without looking totally out of place. Good luck. Sam. Meanwhile, in a clandestine, almost sterile facility tucked away somewhere equally clandestine and sterile, we get our first glimpse of the architect behind the chaos, Samuel Stearns, the leader, and let me tell you, his head isn't just big for show. It's practically a beacon of evil genius. He's not just smart. He's got that unnerving, almost calm intensity of someone who thinks they're doing humanity a favor by bending it to their will. He's got that I'm not a villain, I'm just ahead of my time vibe, which, let's be honest, is peak supervillain material. His experiments involve a peculiar energy anomaly, something that hums with an almost unsettling, low thrum, giving off a sickly green glow that makes you wonder if it's radioactive or just poorly lit. We see quick cuts of the anomaly's effects. A plant wilting and then grotesquely overgrowing, a small animal twitching with unnatural strength. It's subtle, but deeply disturbing. The air around these experiments feels thick, almost metallic, and the low hum emanating from the devices makes your teeth ache just listening to it. Stearns is clearly playing God, or at least a very misguided mad scientist with a penchant for flashy, dangerous science projects. His goal isn't just destruction. It's control, evolution, but on his terms. He truly believes he's ushering in a brave new world, which, as we all know, usually means a very bad time for everyone else. Sam hasn't even heard of this guy yet, but you can feel the narrative threads pulling them closer, like magnets to a very heavy vibranium shield. This is where the real fun, or the real trouble, depending on your perspective, begins. The global anomalies escalate, leading Sam, as Captain America, and Joaquin Torres, rocking his new Falcon suit, to a remote section of the Peruvian jungle. This isn't your typical lush rainforest. This place looks like a bad acid trip mixed with a botanical garden on steroids. Trees are contorted into unnatural shapes, their bark pulsing with strange light, while flowers bloom with an almost unsettling, vibrant intensity. The air itself feels thick, heavy with the scent of ozone and something sweet, yet sickly, like rotting fruit as they fly over. The whoosh of their wings is accompanied by strange, guttural animalistic sounds emanating from the jungle floor, sounds that definitely don't belong to any known species. It's like Mother Nature got a really bizarre, dangerous upgrade. Torres, ever the eager wingman, tries to crack a joke about aggressive gardening, but the nervous tremor in his voice tells you he's just as unnerved as Sam. They land, the soft thud of their boots on the spongy, overgrown ground almost swallowed by the ambient strangeness. The vegetation seems to press in on them, tendrils brushing against their suits, giving you the tactile sensation of something alive and watching. Sam, ever the pragmatist, immediately starts scanning for a source, his eyes sharp, looking for the telltale signs of technology amidst the biological chaos. He knows this isn't just some rogue superplant. This has the stench of something meticulously designed, something with a very intelligent, very nefarious mind behind it. It's less nature gone wild and more mad scientists' playground, and they've just stumbled onto the swing set. Their investigation quickly turns into a full-blown brawl when they encounter individuals, not just mutated animals, but humans, whose bodies have been grotesquely altered by the leader's experiments. These aren't just your garden variety thugs. They're faster, stronger, and hit like a fully loaded cement mixer. The crack of their punches echoes through the dense jungle, forcing Sam to use his shield not just defensively, But as a percussive weapon, the metallic clang of vibranium against enhanced flesh is a constant, almost musical backdrop to the chaos. Sam moves with the practiced grace of a seasoned warrior, parrying, deflecting, and delivering precise strikes that would floor a lesser opponent. But these guys, they keep coming. Joaquin, in the air, provides aerial support, the rhythmic thud of his energy blasts cutting through the foliage. But even with their combined efforts, the sheer numbers and raw, unpredictable power of these mutated individuals push them back. The visual of Sam's shield vibrating violently after blocking a particularly savage blow sends shivers down your spine, highlighting the sheer force he's up against. They manage to grab a small, strange device before being forced into a tactical retreat, the whoosh of their takeoff barely escaping the grasping tendrils of the mutated attackers. The mission was a partial success, but the feeling of unease lingers, a phantom itch behind their eyes. This wasn't just a skirmish. It was a warning shot, a taste of the brave new world the leader envisions, and it tastes distinctly of trouble with a side of existential dread. Sam knows this is just the beginning, and the enemy isn't just powerful, it's insidious. Back in DC, the mood is as thick as a winter fog. President Ross, looking like he's aged 10 years in as many days, calls Sam into the Oval Office. The subtle creak of the leather chair as Ross leans forward, his voice a low growl, sets the tone for a truly uncomfortable conversation. He delivers a stern ultimatum: get results, or the government will take more aggressive measures. And by aggressive, we all know he means ethically questionable, morally gray tactics that Sam absolutely loathes. Ross hints at utilizing more expendable assets, a chilling phrase that makes your blood run cold. Sam, ever the moral compass, pushes back, arguing for a more measured, humanitarian approach, even for those affected by the leader's experiments. The tension in the room is palpable. You can almost hear the silent hum of their conflicting ideologies. Clashing, Sam feels the weight of the shield not just on his arm, but on his conscience. The world needs a Captain America, but what kind? A soldier following orders, or a leader guided by his own unwavering principles? It's a classic dilemma played out with modern stakes and, let's be honest, slightly better suits. This isn't just about stopping a villain. It's about defining what Captain America stands for in an increasingly complex and morally ambiguous world. The silent agreement that hangs in the air is heavy. This is Sam's call to lead, not just to follow. The fate of potentially millions hangs in the balance, and he knows it. No pressure, right? Feeling the pressure, Sam seeks counsel from someone who truly understands the weight of the Star-Spangled Banner, Isaiah Bradley. The scene is quiet, intimate, a stark contrast to the Oval Office sterile intensity. You can almost feel the gentle hum of wisdom emanating from Isaiah as he sits, his face etched with experience, recounting his own struggles with a government that saw him as a tool, not a hero. The subtle crackle of the fireplace in the background, the soft rustle of leaves outside his window, all contribute to a reflective, almost melancholic atmosphere. Isaiah's words aren't a command, but a quiet, powerful reminder of what it truly means to be a symbol, especially when the very people you're sworn to protect might not have your best interests at heart. He reminds Sam that a leader's true strength isn't just in their physical might, but in their conviction, their refusal to compromise their ideals, even when it's excruciatingly difficult. The tactile sensation of Isaiah's hand on Sam's shoulder, a gesture of quiet solidarity, speaks volumes without a single word. It's a moment of profound connection, a passing of the torch not just of power, but of the burden of conscience. This conversation isn't just exposition, it's the emotional anchor for Sam, reaffirming his resolve to fight for what's right, not just what's expedient. It's a much-needed mental reset, reminding Sam that even when the whole world is clamoring for a quick fix, true justice takes integrity. And sometimes, it just takes a good heart-to-heart with an elder statesman, acting on intel gleaned from the Peruvian jungle. Sam and Joaquin learn the leader is trying to acquire a Nexus core, a fancy name for a device that sounds like it could power a small country or, more likely, completely mess up the entire world. The intel leads them to a high-octane chase through a bustling urban landscape. The scene is a blur of screeching tires, the metallic groan of colliding vehicles, and the rhythmic thump-thump-thump of Cap's shield deflecting incoming fire. Cap leaps onto a speeding armored transport truck, shield first, the impact resonating with his satisfying crunch of metal. He moves with incredible agility, sliding across the truck's roof, dodging automatic gunfire, and occasionally using his shield to open up impromptu sunroofs on the bad guys' vehicles. Joaquin, overhead, provides precision aerial strikes, the whoosh of his flight suit and the sharp crack of his energy blasts complementing Sam's ground assault. The truck, heavily armed and armored, puts up a brutal fight, but Sam, with his unwavering focus and combat prowess, slowly but surely gains the upper hand. The air fills with the acrid scent of burnt rubber and exhaust fumes, mingled with the distant shouts of startled civilians. This isn't just about stopping a theft, it's about preventing the leader from completing his grand, twisted vision. The Nexus Core isn't just a MacGuffin. It's the key to a global catastrophe, and Sam isn't about to let it fall into the wrong hands. It's a good old-fashioned superhero chase, complete with unnecessary explosions and Cap looking incredibly cool while doing it. Sometimes, you just need a good car chase to feel like you're making progress, you know? Despite their heroic efforts, the leader, being the super smart villain he is, was always a step ahead. Just as Sam secures the Nexus Core, a chilling message flickers across every screen in the city, from Times Square billboards to the small digital display on Sam's own comms. It's the leader's face, projected in crystal clear, unnervingly calm detail. His voice, a low, modulated hum, washes over the city, delivering a direct, almost personal message to Captain America. He reveals he anticipated their move, that the core they just recovered was merely a distraction, a cleverly placed red herring. The air is thick with the sudden, unsettling silence that follows his broadcast, broken only by the distant, disbelieving murmurs of the crowd. The tactile sensation of cold dread settles in Sam's stomach. This isn't just a powerful foe. It's a brilliant one, a chess master playing several moves ahead. The leader's monologue isn't just taunting, it's a calculated psychological attack designed to rattle Sam and to make him doubt his every move. He hints at a grander scheme, a true Nexus Core that's far more dangerous, far more integrated into his ultimate plan. The entire world, including Sam, watches, mesmerized and horrified, as the leader's face slowly fades from the screens, leaving behind a lingering sense of impending doom. It's the classic villain move, but executed with such precision that it leaves a profound, unsettling impact. Sam knows now that this isn't just a fight. It's a war of wits, and he just got served a cold, calculating dish of "you're not ready for this." Classic supervillain move, pulling the rug out from under the hero. Makes you wonder why they even bother sometimes, right? The leader's broadcast sends shockwaves, not just through the public, but through the highest echelons of global power. The political fallout is immediate and brutal. We cut to President Ross in a heated, almost frantic cabinet meeting, his face a mask of barely contained fury and intense frustration. The subtle creak of the polished conference table as he slams his hand down isn't just a sound. It's the audible manifestation of his mounting stress. The rapid-fire dialogue, the overlapping voices of advisors and angry foreign dignitaries on video calls, creates a cacophony of fear and blame. The world is looking for answers, and Ross, as the leader of the free world, is feeling the full, crushing weight of that expectation. There's talk of activating contingency plans, of extraordinary measures, of deploying resources that make Sam deeply uncomfortable. You can almost feel the tension radiating from the screen, the kind that makes your shoulders knot up. This isn't just about saving the world. It's about maintaining global order, preventing widespread panic, and, crucially, about President Ross's legacy. He's trying to walk a tightrope between decisive action and not overstepping his bounds, and it's clearly fraying his nerves. Sam, meanwhile, is listening in, the cold, metallic echo of the data stream in his ear, a constant reminder of the chaos he's trying to contain. He understands the political necessity, but his core values scream against the proposed solutions. It's a tricky dance being a hero when the people you're trying to save are, frankly, freaking out and demanding results, no matter the cost. Sometimes the biggest battles are fought not with fists, but with policy. And let's be real, policy debates are way less visually interesting than explosions, but equally important, realizing that conventional channels won't cut it against a foe as cunning as the leader. Sam knows he needs someone who plays by a different set of rules. Enter Sharon Carter, looking as effortlessly cool and competent as ever. Their meeting takes place in a dimly lit, slightly grimy, yet undeniably high-tech hideout, the kind where the hum of servers is almost louder than their hushed conversation. The subtle, almost imperceptible flick of her wrist as she hands Sam a tiny data chip speaks volumes about her continued mastery of the covert world. There's a knowing smirk on her face, a clear indication that she's been keeping tabs on the underbelly of global threats, even after her own tumultuous history. The air between them crackles with a mix of professional respect and a lingering, unspoken history. Sharon's network is vast, her resources unconventional, and the information she provides is the kind that would send government agencies into a full-blown meltdown. It's off the books, morally ambiguous, but absolutely vital. She's giving Sam the kind of intel that lets him bypass the red tape and get straight to the ugly truth. This alliance isn't just practical, it's a reunion of allies who faced impossible odds together before, and there's a comforting, almost familiar rhythm to their exchange. It's like getting the band back together, but instead of instruments, they're wielding state secrets and a healthy dose of cynicism. Sam knows he can trust her, even if she operates in shades of gray that sometimes make his patriotic sensibilities twitch. Sometimes, to fight the darkness, you need someone who isn't afraid to step into the shadows themselves. And who better than a former spy who's seen it all? Armed with Sharon's intel, Sam and Joaquin target one of the leader's provisional labs, nestled deep within a seemingly abandoned industrial complex. The entire building hums with a low, unnatural thrum, a biological resonance that feels deeply unsettling. The air inside is thick with the metallic tang of chemicals and something disturbingly organic, like a greenhouse gone very, very wrong. Sam, ever the master of stealth when he needs to be, glides through a ventilation shaft. His shield is silent, metallic shadow, its vibranium almost glowing faintly in the dim, sickly green light emanating from within. The soft scrape of his boots against the metal floor is the only sound as he descends into a landscape of bubbling beakers and grotesque biological displays. They encounter mutated security guards, their movements jerky and unpredictable, their attacks driven by raw, instinctual aggression. The sharp crack of Sam's shield impacting bone, the almost guttural grunt of a defeated foe, all emphasize the brutal, close-quarters nature of the fight. Joaquin provides support from above, his wings a silent, sweeping presence, occasionally punctuating the quiet with a swift, disabling strike. They uncover more horrific experiments, chambers filled with bizarre, semi-formed biological matter, data logs detailing the leader's accelerating timeline. The sight and sound of these monstrosities, a low, constant gurgle, sends a shiver down your spine, solidifying the leader's monstrous ambition. This isn't just science, it's a grotesque perversion of life itself. The tension is almost suffocating as they realize the true scope of the leader's terrifying vision, a vision that's rapidly coming to fruition. It's like a haunted house, but instead of ghosts, you've got genetically modified horrors. Way worse, if you ask me. Deep within the provisional lab, amidst the unsettling hum of advanced, yet ethically dubious, machinery, Sam and Joaquin uncover the leader's grand design. A holographic projection flickers to life, revealing a chillingly detailed global network. Imagine the internet, but instead of cat videos, it's about forcibly evolving humanity into his desired form. The projection shows conduits spanning continents, converging on a single, massive, vaguely organic-looking structure at an undisclosed location. The almost silent horror of the holographic projector, coupled with the soft, rapid clicks of Joaquin, furiously analyzing data on his wrist-mounted computer, creates a sense of frantic urgency. The leader's voice, a pre-recorded, smug monologue, explains his warped vision to correct humanity's flaws, to usher in an era of enhanced intelligence and obedience, all under his careful, tyrannical guidance. It's less evolution and more forced, terrifying upgrade. The full implications of his plan hit Sam with the visceral force of a physical blow. The air suddenly feels colder, heavier. This isn't just about localized incidents. It's about a complete, global transformation of the human race. The sensory detail of the holographic light playing across Sam's face, reflecting his grim realization, underscores the gravity of the moment. Joaquin's horrified gasp, followed by a low, defeated whistle, encapsulates their shared dread. They've stumbled upon not just a plot, but a philosophical war for the very definition of humanity. It's a classic supervillain show and tell, but the show is horrifying, and the tell is a global nightmare. And for once, Sam doesn't even have a sarcastic quip. That's how you know it's serious. The discovery triggers the lab's self-destruct sequence, a cacophony of blaring alarms and the sharp crackle of failing systems. Sam and Joaquin are forced into a calculated, desperate retreat, explosions rocking the structure around them. The tactile sensation of the heat from the fires, the rush of air as they rappel down the side of the burning facility, all add to the frantic energy. They narrowly escape the inferno, the whoosh of their flight suits carrying them away from the collapsing ruins, the roar of the explosion echoing in their ears. It's a close call, a stark reminder of the leader's meticulous planning and ruthless efficiency. They immediately contact President Ross, the crackle of the comms line conveying the urgency of their message. The news of the leader's true intentions, his global evolution plan, sends a fresh wave of panic through the highest levels of government. But with the dire news comes a renewed sense of purpose. Ross, finally realizing the true scope of the threat, reluctantly agrees to a broader, more unconventional approach. This leads to the strategic rallying of new, diverse allies, not just military, but perhaps former agents, scientific minds, or even a few characters who've been lurking in the MCU's shadows. It's a montage of calls, urgent meetings, and the gathering of disparate forces, all united by the common goal of stopping the leader. The tension is thick, but there's a glimmer of hope now that Cap isn't fighting this battle alone. Because let's be honest, you can't save the world with just one super soldier. Even if he has a really cool shield, you need a whole team, or at least a really good IT department, and maybe a therapist for after it's all over. The scene shifts to a tense but determined briefing room, where Sam, now fully embodying the mantle of Captain America, stands before his assembled, diverse team. The holographic map of the leader's primary, heavily fortified facility pulses in the center of the table, a complex web of defenses and potential entry points. The air is thick with anticipation and the low murmur of tactical discussions. Sam, with a newfound confidence and clarity, outlines the intricate assault plan. His voice is calm, authoritative, cutting through the tension with the precision of a surgeon. He points to key points on the map, detailing infiltration routes, potential enemy strongholds, and the precise timing of their coordinated attack. The rhythmic click of the holographic display as he zooms in and out, highlighting specific areas, adds to the almost military precision of the scene. Each member of the team, from grizzled veterans to eager newcomers, listens intently. Their faces a mixture of apprehension and unwavering resolve. This isn't just a mission, it's a desperate gambit, a last-ditch effort to save humanity from a forced, unnatural future. Sam's leadership is palpable, a steady presence that inspires confidence. He knows the stakes and he doesn't shy away from them. This is the moment where Captain America truly takes flight, not just literally, but as a symbol of hope and unwavering determination. He's not just following orders, he's giving them, and everyone in that room knows they're in good hands. It's like a really high-stakes group project, but instead of getting a bad grade, the world ends. So, slightly more pressure. And then, it's go time. The climactic assault on the leader's primary facility, ominously dubbed the Brave New World Complex, begins with an explosive bang. Literally, a wide shot captures the sheer scale of the attack. Captain America, a beacon of determination, leading his diverse team against the imposing, almost organically sinister fortress. Explosions erupt around them, the deafening roar of concussive blast followed by the crackle of collapsing masonry, painting the sky with fire and smoke. The air is thick with the acrid scent of ozone and burnt metal, a constant assault on the senses. Gunfire rips through the air, a staccato symphony of destruction, punctuated by the metallic clang of Cap's shield deflecting incoming rounds. This isn't just a fight, it's a full-scale invasion, a desperate attempt to cut the head off the snake before its venom spreads irreversibly. Sam moves with unparalleled agility, his shield a blur of red, white, and blue, providing cover, offense, and sometimes a convenient ramp for Joaquin to launch from. The tactile sensation of the ground trembling under the force of the explosions, the distant screams of the leader's mutated enforcers, all combine into a visceral, heart-pounding experience. The team works in perfect, devastating synchronicity, a well-oiled machine against a fortress of madness. Every punch, every kick, every energy blast carries the weight of humanity's future. It's a beautiful, chaotic ballet of destruction, and Sam is conducting the orchestra, shield first. Truly a sight to behold, provided you don't mind a little or a lot of property damage. For a brave new world, it certainly makes a lot of old-fashioned noise. Inside the fortress, the action ramps up to an almost unbearable intensity. Sam and his team are immediately confronted by the leader's elite, heavily mutated guards. These aren't just guys with extra muscle. They're walking, snarling nightmares of genetic manipulation. The low growl of their enhanced vocal cords, the almost sickening squelch of their unnatural movements, fills the sterile, metallic hallways. Sam engages a hulking brute in brutal hand-to-hand combat, the impact of their blows resonating with a sickening crunch. The crack of his shield against the mutant's thick hide echoes through the claustrophobic corridors. Despite the extreme threat, Sam maintains his unwavering commitment to non-lethal force, trying to incapacitate, not kill. This choice makes his fight harder, more desperate, as he's constantly putting himself at greater risk. The tactile sensation of the ground shaking with each impact, the wind from a wild swing whipping past his ear, all contribute to the visceral intensity of the scene. Joaquin, in a thrilling aerial display, navigates the cramped spaces, providing cover and taking down threats with swift, precise movements. The team faces tough moral compromises, sometimes having to make split-second decisions that blur the lines between right and wrong in the heat of battle. But Sam, through it all, remains the unwavering center, a beacon of integrity in a sea of chaos. It's a testament to his character that even when faced with pure monstrousness, he sticks to his principles, which, let's be honest, is harder than it looks when you're being punched by a guy with 3 arms and a bad attitude. Most of us would just, run screaming. The heart of the brave New World complex is a vast, cavernous chamber bathed in the sickly green glow of the leader's primary control array. And there he stands, Samuel Stearns, the leader, surrounded by a pulsating network of his terrifying technology. This isn't just a physical fight, it's a clash of ideologies, a tense, verbal chess match where the fate of humanity is the ultimate prize. The soft hum of the machinery, the almost melodic thrum of the power core, acts as an eerie backdrop to their confrontation. The leader, with his unerringly calm demeanor and those piercing, intelligent eyes, tries to manipulate Sam to persuade him that his evolution is for the greater good, that he's merely ushering in a more orderly, advanced future. His voice, modulated and almost hypnotic, promises a world free of strife, pain, and, most tellingly, free of choice. Sam, shield raised, stands firm, his voice a steady counterpoint to the leader's insidious rhetoric. He argues for humanity's inherent right to choose, to struggle, to grow organically, not to be forcefully reshaped by one man's twisted vision. The tension is thick, almost palpable. You can feel the ideological forces colliding, the silent battle for the soul of the world. The leader launches a series of psychological attacks, probing Sam's insecurities, reminding him of his predecessor's shadow, but Sam's resolve remains unshaken. The crack of the leader's finger as he activates minor defensive protocols, the subtle hum of a nearby energy conduit flaring to life, only strengthens Sam's determination. He won't let this twisted vision of control succeed, no matter the personal cost. This isn't just about punching the bad guy. It's about proving that humanity's messy, imperfect freedom is worth fighting for, even against a genius who thinks he knows better. It's a philosophical showdown, and Sam brought the vibranium. Checkmate, genius. The ideological battle culminates in a decisive, physically exhausting confrontation. With a final, desperate surge of strength and ingenuity, Sam manages to disrupt the leader's primary control array. The global network, once a pulsating, terrifying holographic map, flickers violently before collapsing and disappearing in a stunning cascade of blue light, like a digital supernova. The deafening silence that follows the network's collapse is almost as impactful as the preceding chaos. The leader, stripped of his power, collapses to the ground, his face a mask of disbelief and rage. The sound of his frustrated roar echoes through the now quiet chamber, a pathetic end to his grand, terrifying vision. Sam stands victorious, his breathing heavy, the tactile sensation of exhaustion weighing on every muscle. But despite the physical toll, there's a profound sense of relief, a quiet triumph in his eyes. The world is safe, for now. The leader's reign of terror is over. This isn't just a defeat. It's a categorical rejection of his oppressive brave new world. As the dust settles, Joaquin and the rest of the team arrive, their faces a mixture of relief and admiration. Sam, though weary, stands tall, the shield held firmly in his hand, not just as a weapon, but as a symbol of hope and free will, now more powerfully reaffirmed than ever. He didn't just win a fight, he won a battle for humanity's future, reminding everyone that even against the most brilliant and dangerous minds, the human spirit, with all its beautiful imperfections, will always find a way to prevail. And honestly, it's nice to see the good guys actually win, sometimes. You know, for a change of pace. In the gentle aftermath, the world slowly begins to heal, the wounds of the leader's ambitious folly gradually mending. We see glimpses of the recovery effort, people helping each other, infrastructure being repaired, a quiet, almost reverent hum of resilience settling over the globe. Sam, in a poignant moment of quiet reflection, stands on a hill overlooking a recovering city at sunrise. The golden light washes over him, casting a long, hopeful shadow, and you can almost feel the gentle breeze rustling his uniform. The world is still imperfect, still messy, but it's free to make its own choices, free to embrace its own flawed beauty. The subtle chirping of birds, the distant, muffled sounds of a city slowly waking up, contribute to an atmosphere of renewed hope. Sam looks out, a thoughtful, determined expression on his face, no longer burdened by the shadow of his predecessor, but fully stepping into his own. He is Captain America, not just by title, but by conviction, by spirit, by the sheer force of his unwavering heart. The future will undoubtedly bring new threats, new challenges, because, let's be real, it's the MCU, but for now, there's a quiet peace, a sense of having earned this moment of calm. The legacy of Captain America is not just about what he does, but who he inspires, and Sam Wilson has proven himself to be an extraordinary inspiration. And he's got a pretty good track record of saving the world, too, which, you know, helps. So, there you have it, folks. Captain America, Brave New World wasn't just another superhero movie. It was a profound exploration of leadership, identity, and the enduring human spirit in the face of absolute control. Sam Wilson truly embraced the shield not just as a symbol, but as an extension of his own unwavering moral compass. He taught us that true power isn't about brute force or intellectual superiority, but about integrity, empathy, and the courage to stand for what's right, even when the world demands compromise. It's a powerful reminder that our greatest strength lies in our freedom to choose, to be imperfect, and to constantly strive for a better tomorrow. This journey has shown us that the legacy of Captain America isn't just carried by one man, but by the ideals he champions, ideals that resonate deeply with us all. It's an inspiring tale of standing tall, even when your knees want to buckle.